Well, hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome in to Watch Me Wednesday. Today's episode is going to be a little different. Yes, I'm coming back from a week off, so to speak. And I wanted to do something a little different today. There's Carrie. Hey, Carrie, how are you? I'm trying to find my comments here. Give me a thumbs up if you are here to say hi. There's Brianna. Hi, Brianna, how are you? Anyway, I'm coming kind of back from a week off. I took a week last week. It was kind of nice because I got some stuff done. Hi, Linda. How are you? So today's going to be a little bit different for me. There's Teresa. Hey, Teresa. How are you? How are things up your way? We've got a really nice day today, but it's a little bit breezy. My studio door kept slamming shut. There's Sue. Hey, Sue. Is it windy up in your neck of the woods? Hi, Lisa. How are you? It was good chatting with you this morning, Lisa. Glad you stopped in. And Carol Ann is here. Hello. And Teresa, yay, I'm glad it's warmer there. Well, I hope you guys all didn't mind having the week off. And there's my other Lisa. Hey, Lisa. Howdy, how are you? So I've got, if you want to share this video, I'm going to be going over my new Blinded by Science collection. I'm going to kind of go in depth as to what inspired me on this. I'm going to go over each and individual designs, the colorways, and answer any questions. I'm going to show you some of the quilts that were made out of it, and some by Lisa. So stick with me, share the video, please. I would appreciate that. But I also want to tell you, I am so excited about something that I don't know if it excites all of you, but it excites me, and I'm super happy about this. Yesterday, I was able to get appointments for my husband and I to get our first COVID vaccine. Yes, we are excited about that because I kind of feel like we can start to move on after that, hopefully, and hopefully things start to get back to normal. So I'm super excited about that. My parents have had both of their shots, so it makes me feel better knowing that I'm going to have mine and my husband will have his. So feeling better and feeling quite relieved and excited. So I'm sorry, I just had to share that little bit of news with you. So it was pretty good day for me yesterday. A little stressful trying to get the appointments, but we got them. So anyway, so, oh good, Sherry, you had your second one yesterday. Awesome, great, I'm glad to hear that. So who's ready to kind of dive in and see a little bit of what went into the creation of my Blinded by Science fabric, and kind of what was the inspiration behind it. And I'm going to switch camera views so you can see it nice and up and close too. The quilt behind me, my building blocks, is a design of mine that I did specifically for this collection. I don't have the pattern yet because of some technical problems, so that pattern's not there yet. But I am going to show you some of the quilts that have been made so that you can see what was going on. So let's get started. I'm going to show you the first grouping. I'm going to switch my cameras so that you can see, and I'm going to put me in the little bottom there, so if you really want to see me, you can. So anyway, so this one is an atom, as many of you can tell. And I did my colorways for Blinded by Science was done because I really, really love, for those of you who don't know me very well, I love pinks and any kind of form of pink. If it's deep, saturated like this, this is kind of almost on the crimson side, not quite, but it's got a lot of pink in it. And you can see pink here as well. So, and it pairs so nicely with these turquoises and teals. And I'm not a huge blue fan. That's just me. I don't have a lot of blue. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Not sure. But I do love the way that pink pairs up with teals and turquoises. So that's kind of cool. And that's one of the reasons why I did this. And I've also added purples and grays into the collection as well. Now, I will tell you, if you got questions, definitely hold them to the end, because I will do a Q&A like I normally have been doing. So if you got questions, definitely hold them to the end. If you didn't see, I did get in this week, or was it the end of last week, all the collection is in for purchase for yardages, so you can purchase it on the site, and I put the link in the description. But I also have, I think I have 10 sets of fat quarters of the complete collection. There's 22 SKUs in the entire collection, and I'm going to show you all of them. So you're probably wondering what inspired me to do a science-themed collection. My husband and my daughter are both very, very into any type of science. My daughter, she's an aerospace and mechanical engineer, and my son, my daughter, oh my gosh, I can't speak today. My husband, he's an actuary, so he's math, and he loves astronomy. He also has his private pilot's license as well. Very science-driven, very science-oriented. My son is definitely more creative like me, but he has got that logical thinking brain. He's very mechanical. He is a diesel mechanic, so he has to know a lot about the workings of engines. So that is what inspired me to have a science-themed collection. So these three are one of the designs, the atoms. And the atoms come in these three different colorways. So let me show you some of the other designs in the collection. So this one is kind of funny because when I first showed this one, a friend of mine said, "Ooh, Mickey Mouse." It's not Mickey Mouse. So this is not Mickey Mouse. These are water molecules. So let me see if I can really zoom in on this for you so you can kind of get, oh, that's me. I'm zooming in on me, wrong camera. Let's zoom in on, let's see, hang on a second. I'm zooming in on me, which I don't want to zoom in on. I want to zoom in on, let's see, here we go. Let me zoom in. So you can see how it does kind of resemble Mickey Mouse, but it's not. It is a water molecule. For those who are familiar with science, you've got your H2O. Those are your oxygen molecules, and this is your hydrogen. So that is your water molecules. So you're getting, see, you thought you were just going to learn about batiks and design, but you're also getting kind of a science lesson today. But this one, so look at the color on this. So I kind of mixed the colors. So this one's got a lot of the purples and the pinks and the teals and the grays. It's got like all of the colors that are in the collection. And I just adore this mixed color. And there's a couple others in the collection that I did the multiple colors in it. So this makes a fantastic jumping off point if you're planning a project and you want to bring in other colors. That makes a fantastic jumping off point. And here's your tone on tone, your teal, your light teal, and your dark teal. And there's a little splash of green in there because teal kind of has some green in it. And then you've got your purple and your pink, which I absolutely adore that combination as well. And then this one, I kind of reversed that mixed color. I used a gray background. It kind of goes from a light gray to a really dark gray, but then all the water molecules are either teal, pinks, or purple. So it's kind of the reverse of what I just showed you before. So this is really cool. This is actually the backing on the quilt behind me. I use this for the backing for that because I just thought that was a great backing. So that's the water molecules. So let me set that aside over here. Then let's go to, ooh, yes, the DNA or the double helix. So I had to do this because I love stripes, and I know a lot of you that know me love stripes, and you know that I love stripes, and you can use them in so many different ways. So I like it when you can cut across it this way, and you can form like a sashing or a border. Binding makes great bindings. So lots of great uses for this. And this is your tone on tone. So you've got your dark gray and your light gray. Isn't that so much fun? It just serves as a really, really nice stripe. And my friend, I don't know if you saw my post yesterday that I put up, but my friend Sylvia Schaefer from Flying Parrot Quilts, I had asked her when I had my collection early on to make all my quilts if she wanted to play with my fabrics, and she says, yes, I want to play with the fabrics. So she designed a quilt, and I posted it yesterday. If you haven't seen it, you've got to go back and look at it. She did a double helix quilt, and it has two coming down the kind of off center, so it's very modern looking, and it's all created using my Blinded by Science collection. And she used a white background, lots of negative space, and she did some amazing quilting on it. You've got to see it. You've got to see it. So here's another colorway here with the purple and the teal. Again, makes great sashing, binding, border. And here's your purple, dark purple, light purple, and just a little splash of pink popped in there is also another great combination. So I'll be curious to find, and I'm going to ask you guys towards the end, which ones are your favorite designs and which ones are your favorite colors too. So this one is so much fun. I love this. This is radioactive. So I've got this in 4 different colors for you, and I love each and every one. And if I had to pick a favorite one of these, I think it would probably be, well, I'm partial to, pinks and hot pinks. Probably this one, although I actually really love every single one of these so much. I used so much in the quilts when we created the quilts. It's just amazing how much I used of these. I didn't have a whole lot left over. So this one has got the dark gray as the background, but it's got a very pale pink and teal mix in each of the stamps of the radioactive sign. So that's pretty cool. That is that color. And then this one we go reverse, and we did the light gray on the background, and it's got the purples and the pinks and the teals in the radioactive, which is kind of cool. So I don't know if it's hot. There we go. We'll open it up a little more. You can see it a little better there, all the variation in the colors. And then I just love the colors. This is such a great color palette for me. The Blinded by Science, I just love it. So this one is the purple. Oh my gosh, I love this with the purples and the pinks and the teals. So if you're really strong and you're strong into the purples, this is a definite go-to because this purple is just right. I love it. I just love it. It's kind of like almost like an iris, but a little bit lighter than if you looked at an iris. So that is the purple, and then we've got the pink one, and I would call this a dark pink, but you'll see as you go in, and I open this up, you'll see how it gets lighter inside the radioactive, and it's got the pinks and the teals in this. There's no purple in this, there's no grays, nothing like that. So that's the pink one. Okay, so that's one of the other designs, is the radioactive. Then we've got equations, because that's what my husband does. He's an actuary. And well, my daughter does that too. And I'm pretty sure my son probably does. Now, it's kind of ironic that I did this collection, because I like science, but don't ask me to do science. I just don't do science very well. I love it. I think it's fascinating. I think every aspect of it is fascinating. But I just don't think that way. That's just not how I think. So anyway, but let me show you, I want to show you the multicolor one first, because I know a lot of you are going to probably ooh and ah over this one, but this is equations all over it. And look at the colors on that. Is that not beautiful? It's got the purples and the teals and the pinks and the grays. It's got a little bit of everything on it. Great backing. But aren't these fabrics great for that math geek or science geek in your life? And I say that very lovingly, because the geeks are here in my house. So I say that very, very lovingly. I know several people who've already told me that their husbands or their sons or daughters want shirts made out of this fabric, because it's just so them. So you can totally, you don't have to make a quilt. You can make clothing, you can make bags. In fact, a lot of you are probably familiar with Patterns by Annie. She oftentimes uses my fabrics to create her bags, and she's created a ton with my fabrics, so it's kind of cool. So here's the gray on gray. And this combo, the next combo here I'm going to show you, is another favorite of mine. Is the pink with the purple. Okay, I love the pink with the purple. And of course, there's a little ode to pi, 3.14. You've got your equal signs, your percentages, an equation. You've got the traditional pi sign, division sign. I don't even know if they use that anymore now with the, what is the math called today that they teach? Not common math. I don't even remember. But anyway. And then this is another color that's just, I love it, with the teal and the pink. It's just a great combo. Okay, so that's the equations. And then the last one I have, this one is your solar system. These are symbols, if you didn't know. These are symbols for the solar system. So they represent the planets. Each sign is a planet and or the sun. So that's what you get on this. And this is a pink on pink. So it's got your light pink and your dark pink. And I did this. This is a nod to my husband and to his brother, my brother-in-law, who they love, love, love astronomy. My husband, little known fact, before he became a math major and an actuary, he was an astronomy major all the way up through his senior year in college. He was an astronomy major, and then at the last moment decided he wanted to become an actuary. So he ended up getting his bachelor's in math, and then he stayed on and got his master's in math so that he could graduate as an actuary. So he knows a lot about astronomy, and it fascinates him. So this is a little nod to my husband, his inner astronomer. So that's the pink, the dark pink on the pink. So that's just kind of the reverse of that. And then this is your gray on, your light gray on dark gray. And your purple and teal. Isn't that a great combo? So in the fat, like I was saying, I've got these fat quarter packs, right? And the fat quarter packs include one of every single one of these fabrics that I showed you here today. Each one of these is included in the fat quarter packs. Let's see. I don't know if you're going to see them all in that picture, but it has one of each of these, which is really super cool. So I want to show you a couple other things, and then I'm going to switch camera views because I want to show you the quilts that actually we made out of these. So I also did a coordinating Aurifil collection. So these are the colors that are in there. Now, I don't know if you're getting a lot of shine off of that, but so these are, so here they are unwrapped, but they all coordinate with those fabrics. Let me bring the fabrics back in for a second, and I'll put the threads on top so you can kind of see. So I also have the thread collections in stock as well, but you can see how well they coordinate. I picked out, there's a couple, if you'll notice here, there's a couple multicolors. So this one has like a light gray, the teal, the pink, and I think it's a dark blue in there. That one kind of goes with all those multis. This one is a multi-gray in there, and then I did a multicolor pink is also in the collection. So you got a couple multis in there, and then the rest are solids, which is kind of cool. So let me just change the view here real quick, and I'm going to show you, I want to show you some of the quilts and things that are in the collection. I'm going to show you a couple overlays. So let's see. So the first one, that's the thread collection. So you can see the different threads in there. Then we have, this is just the cover of that, which you just saw. Okay. Then this is the entire collection, which I showed you pretty much the whole, I showed you all 22 of them, which is kind of cool. Then the next slide I want to show you. So here's a little bit inspiration. So if you look at this slide here, has the fabric next to it, and then you can see the color palette over to the left, which is the bright lights of the city at night, and you can see those tones of pinks and blues and dark grays and purples, etc. So I thought that was kind of cool how that matched up with the collection. Then that's just the thread again. Sorry about that. So here are some of the quilts that I've done, and I'm going to make these a little larger. So this one, unfortunately, this is just the digital image, and I know that some of you have seen me completing this quilt on Facebook. I'm trying to make it as big as I can. I can't make it any bigger. Sorry, I'm moving it around so much. This is Coral Reef, the technique of the month. And yes, this pattern is available on my site. It's the digital image. It's all done out of my Blinded by Science collection, which is kind of cool. The quilt is all done, and I sent it off to a quilter to do some custom quilting since I don't have time to do the custom quilting. The next one is my building blocks, which is behind me. And this one was quilted by Shelly, my friend. She's actually quilting the Coral Reef for me too. Again, I don't have the pattern available for this one yet. I hope to at some point this year. It's just been kind of rough getting things done. So, but I love it, and I love the way she quilted it. It's a really simple quilt to make, so keep an eye out for that, and I will let you know and announce it when it's done and ready. Then after that one is, oops, sorry, wrong one. Then I did, so Lisa Slinsky, my right-hand woman, she did this one for me. It's a Judy Niemeyer pattern. It is the Christmas celebration tree skirt, all done out of my Blinded by Science. So I know a lot of you are into doing silver and teals and grays and things for Christmas. And this would fit right in there. This is a great pattern for that tree skirt, and those colors just, I think, pop for it. And then we did another Judy Niemeyer one, and Lisa also pieced this one. And doesn't that look cool? See how we use the radioactive there in the border, in the inner border, and we also use the radioactive in the Lone Star as well. I just love how that turned out. And this again is a Judy Niemeyer pattern, and I believe I have some of those in stock as well. Then this is my Superstition pattern. It is a 1-block pattern, and the block is just turned around to create movement in the quilt. That is in stock. That is available as a download or a hard pattern. So those are some of the quilts that we used for the collection. And I just had a really great time creating this collection and having fun with the colors, etc. So I'm going to ask a couple questions, and then I'm going to have you guys either answer or ask me some questions. If you have questions, I would love to hear them. You just need to type them in to the comments, and I will see them. So let's see. I'm going to scroll back here a little bit just to see. A division sign is at the end of the parentheses combined. It's a square root sign. Yes. Yes, it is still used. Thank you. So my question is, Common Core. That's it. Common Core. Thank you, guys. Common Core math. Which, anyway. So my question is, which was your favorite design out of the collection? So was it the atoms, the molecules, the DNA, equations, radioactive, or the solar system? And what's your favorite color? So go ahead and type those in. I'm just curious to see what attracted you most, and what you might use if you were to have some of this collection. So let's see. Laura liked the atom. Hi, Laura. How are you doing, by the way? I hope you're doing okay. I'm glad you're here with me watching. And Laura likes atom and teal. Let's see. Patty says, what? Let's see. Okay. Patty's got a question. Cheryl says, formulas and radioactive. Yes, Cheryl. So let's see. Patty says, what size... Okay, so what size of the hexagon? So actually, Patty, interesting question. So the hexagon finishes at, I don't remember the exact size. I would say it finishes at about 8 inches maybe, but it's not created like a hexagon. There's actually seams in that. You can't tell. But there are seams in that, so that's kind of interesting. So wait till you see the pattern. I actually did a little tutorial way back, and it's on my YouTube channel. But I used Julie Herman Jaybird Quilt's Hexan Warbler. So that's what the pattern's based off of. So let's see what everybody else has to say. Let's see. Sherry loves the blues. Sue says favorite colors are the teal. Let's see. Hang on. I gotta get this up here because it's so small. Where I see, she says favorite colors are teal and purple. I like the atoms in the water. I can't choose just one of each. I know, right? It's kind of like potato chips. Brianna says I like the formulas. I got to get hers up here too. It's when I see this up on the screen, it's much smaller. So I have to put it up here. It makes it bigger for me. She says, I like the formulas and pink on pink as well as the multicolor fabric. Awesome. I like the multicolor fabric too. It's just so pretty. How can't you not like that multicolor fabric? Linda says she loves the purple, loves all the design. Thank you. Lisa says pink and fuchsia, everything, right? If everything were pink and fuchsia, it would be just a fabulous, fabulous world. Everything pink and fuchsia. Teresa says she's with Sue. Joyce, her favorite color is all of them. I love it. Thanks, Joyce. Cheryl says, I like the idea of a shirt for a man made with the black gray color. That would be awesome. I think that would be a great gift. And you know what kind of shirt I think, Cheryl, would be kind of cool? Just a short sleeve, button down, regular collar type shirt. I think it would be really cool. And you see a lot of those, like every time I've been on vacation, like especially into a tropical place, you'll see like in stores batik shirts that are buttoned down just with one little pocket. And you can even do the pocket like in a different, you can put a fancy pocket. So if you're doing the black and gray, you can even do the black and gray with a double helix pocket, right? Wouldn't that be fun? So I think that would be kind of cool. Yes, like Hawaiian, absolutely, absolutely. So does anybody have any questions for me about what inspires me to make the fabrics that I make and or anything about the design process? I would love to answer any questions you might have. This has kind of been a really fun Watch Me Wednesday for me. So if you have any questions, just type them in. I know there's a little bit of a delay for me. There's about a 20-second delay. I'm 20 seconds ahead of you. So let's see. Love all of them, but especially the multicolored fabrics. Yes, Betsy, me too. I like the multicolor too. They do catch your eye, but in good quilt making too, you definitely want to have that variety, I think, because you can't put like a ton of multicolor fabrics together in one quilt because then everything kind of becomes mush, right? So if you have a multicolor, it's nice to pair it with, something a little more maybe tone on tone. Because if you put too many multicolors together, it gets a little blendy. So at least that's my opinion. Thank you, Linda. You love Watch Me Wednesdays. Me too. I do too. I'm telling you, I'm getting. I'm going to need some fresh ideas from all you that watch me on Watch Me Wednesdays. Let's see. Let's see. Teresa says, let's see. She's got a lot here. I'm going to put it up here, so we can all see what she says. She says, "Love how you can pick from the collection. Wish you could keep all they send you, then use those to make quilts too." I know. Because what happens is, so what Teresa's referring to is when I do my colorations for my collection, I put in a lot, probably 100 different options plus. And then they send me back what is called a strike off. So the strike off is about the size of a fat quarter, which is what these are. Okay. And then from those fat quarters, I have to then narrow it down to about 20 to 22 as far as this collection is concerned, 22 fabrics that coordinate together. All those strike-offs have to go back to Island Batik, so I don't get to keep any of those, not even the ones that I chose. So yeah, it would be cool to have those to create just a quilt, a very scrappy quilt, even if it was just squares out of each and every one of those, just to kind of have it as a keepsake, I think. So it would be kind of cool. Let's see, what else? Sherry says, "I would love to see a video on the design process from start to, I can't see the rest of this." Okay, so Teresa, I'm going to put Sherry's up here. It says, "From start to having the fabric arrive at your door." I've done something a little similar to that, and I can definitely do that again, and I can show what the batik chops are. I can show how I do the design, and then how I do the colorations. So I could definitely put one together for you. I've done a little something similar to that, but maybe not from start to end. So that's a good idea, Sherry. Let's see. Sue says, "Approximately how big are the designs on each of the fabrics?" So it depends. So let's switch. Let's see, Sue. I'm going to switch to the other camera view so you can see here. So if you look at, like, so here's the atoms, right? So here's my finger. Here's a spool of thread. So that kind of gives you a little perspective on that, okay? The molecules are a little smaller than the atoms, each molecule. Let's see. I don't know if that gives you some perspective now on, I hope that helps. But I try to do, what I try to do when I design fabrics is I try to give you a good range of scale. So from medium to small, sometimes larger. So I don't know if that helps at all. But these are pretty good. Most of them, I would say, most of these fall into the medium type range to smaller, not real large. So anyway, so I think that is all I have for today. I will be back next week. If you are interested in any of my Blinded by Science collection, I have it on my website. I have that. I have the fat quarter bundles. I have 10 only available. So if you are interested in the fat quarter bundles, definitely by all means get those. I've got the yardage available. I've got the patterns and the thread available. I hope you've enjoyed just sitting here chatting with me. This has kind of been fun, different way for me to do my Watch Me Wednesday, and I have enjoyed it. I hope you do. And what's 9 only, Laura? I don't know I'm not sure what that means, Laura. You got to tell me. But anyway, I adored doing this one with you and showing you the collection and talking to you about each one of the designs so that you could really see them up close and personal. It's been fun. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. I plan on doing it. My daughter is visiting, so I think we are going to go out on a little hike. 9 only on FB left. Okay, there's only 9 fat quarters left, 9 fat quarter bundles. Thank you, Laura, for letting me know. Anyway, so I hope that you have a great, great day. Happy quilting to you all. Have a great week, and I will see you all next week. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.